It's blooming with attractions. Firmly entrenched in the past, but equally firmly dedicated to the future, Crawford, located in Dawes County in northwest Nebraska, offers an incredible range of sites and activities that appeal to a wide range of interests. Named for Captain Emmett Crawford, a U.S. Army officer stationed at nearby Fort Robinson, Crawford was established in 1886 at the edge of a military post. Crawford, like many early Old West towns, had its share of stories of cowboys and Indians in the untamed West. Crow Butte, for example, is the site of a legendary battle between the Sioux and Crow Indians in 1849. As the tale goes, the Crow climbed the butte to escape the Sioux. The Sioux camped at the bottom, standing vigil and ready to attack. However, the Crow tricked the Sioux by having the elderly men sing and dance at the top of the butte to distract the Sioux, while the young Crow warriors escaped. Near Crawford is also the site of the Treaty Tree, where an unsuccessful attempt was made to buy the Black Hills area from the Indians. Today, visitors and residents can celebrate the rich history of Native American tribes in the area by attending powwows in the summer at Fort Robinson State Park. The harmony and motion of this spiritual gathering dance through the generations is an important historical connection between the present day and the past. Experiencing the Old West is also possible at the High Plains Homestead, an old-fashioned cow town where you can start your day with a cowboy-sized breakfast at the Drifter Cook Shack. When you need to quench your thirst, enjoy old-time sarsaparilla, alcohol-free, in the Dirty Creek Saloon. And what better way to end your day than by bedding down in a bunkhouse? The Old West is also memorialized at the Crawford Historical Museum. You'll see how the town grew up from its cowboy and Indian days to its first forays into medicine and commerce. One local tale of interest is the shooting of cavalry interpreter Baptiste Garnier, also known as Little Bat. A downtown plaque shows the visitors the spot of the event. The history of Crawford is immersed in more than stories of cowboys and Indians. As is true with most towns that sprang up in the West, Crawford's growth is intertwined with the railroad. The town was established when the Fremont, Elkhorn, and Missouri Valley Railroad pushed through the Nebraska Panhandle. Steam your way to Crawford to see the Belmont Tunnel, the only railroad tunnel in the state of Nebraska. The Burlington Line carved this 750-foot-long tunnel through solid rock in the late 1800s. Engines chug along, pulling trains up the 10-mile Crawford to Belmont grade, one of the steepest in the Midwest. Fort Robinson State Park is another Crawford site rich in history. It was actually due to the signatures of obliging soldiers, along with those of civilians, that Crawford was actually incorporated as a town. Called Nebraska's Outpost on the Plains, Fort Robinson served for over 70 years as the site of many famous events. It was here that Crazy Horse surrendered in 1877 and was mortally wounded while resisting imprisonment. Fort Robinson was also where a major battle occurred due to the Cheyenne outbreak led by Chief Dullknife. No major battles occur at Fort Robinson anymore, but visitors can tour restored buildings such as the adobe lower officers' quarters. These buildings and others can be rented out for families wanting to stay on site for their vacations. The park has over 22,000 acres of rooms, cabins, camping, horseback riding, and family fun. Fort Robinson also has two museums. One will take you back to tour the early years of the fort as an outpost on the plains, to its war years as a German concentration camp and guard dog training facility. The second museum at the park features two mammoth skeletons perpetually locked in battle since the Ice Age. Their remains were found nearby and are a must-see for vacationers. To see what Fort Robinson has to offer scenically, you really must take a Jeep tour of the Outback. Fort Robinson also hosts excitement front and center at the Post Playhouse, where an eclectic assortment of theater fare is performed during the summer. For those adventurous types, Fort Robinson has a number of hiking and horseback riding trails against the unparalleled beauty of the Pine Ridge area. There are hundreds of miles of self-guided tours around the area, in addition to the Ride the Ridge annual trail ride, guided by local cowboys. If you don't want to ride a horse, take your bicycle. Hiking, biking, and horseback riding are popular, but Crawford offers opportunities for sports enthusiasts of all types, including an inviting outdoor pool and tennis courts in the park facilities, where you'll also find facilities for free camper overnight parking. The Legends Butte Golf Course, rated by the Nebraska Amateur Golf Association as one of the top 5 9-hole golf courses in Nebraska, will suit all Tiger Woods wannabes to a T. However, it might be difficult to keep your mind on your game with the breathtaking scenery of buttes as a backdrop. Crawford is also an excellent spot for hunting game, small and large. In fact, Crawford is known as the big game capital of Nebraska, where you can hunt elk, bighorn sheep, pronghorn antelope, whitetail and mule deer, and of course, turkeys, which were first reintroduced in Nebraska over 50 years ago, with this area the first in the state. And enjoying the great outdoors is not difficult in a town with nearly perfect weather. A semi-arid climate with an average winter temperature of 23 degrees and an average summer temperature of 74 degrees. Outdoorsmen and nature lovers will also enjoy a trip back in time to the Hudson-Meng Bison Kill, a bison bone bed about the size of a football field and nearly 10,000 years old. The site is an excavation in progress, and experts are still propounding various theories about how the bison died. Another Crawford attraction that sports fossils and bones is the Toadstool Geological Park. Here is a first-hand view of the results of past geologic events. Deposits of sediments from floods and ash layers from volcanoes have created banded layers of clay and ash that astound visitors. A fossil trackway allows a look at the behavior of such animals as smaller relatives of the rhinoceros and the pig-like entelodonts. According to the 2000 census, the town boasts about 576 families. Residents are young and vibrant with a median age of approximately 40. Crawford has 7 churches which serve a variety of denominations. One of the areas of local pride is the volunteer fire department. This spirit of volunteerism in fire protection is evident in most small towns across the U.S., but nowhere is it better than in Crawford. The local school system offers a teacher-pupil ratio of 1 to 12 at the elementary level and 1 to 9 at the junior-senior high school level. The computer-pupil ratio is 1 to 5 at the elementary level and 1 to 3 at the junior-senior high level. Other modern amenities one can find in Crawford include up-to-date medical facilities. Legend Butte Health Services, right in the heart of Crawford, is a certified rural health clinic with a community fitness room for preventative health care. In addition, Ponderosa Villa offers quality nursing care for those unable to live independently. And who wouldn't want to live in a town where the cost of a single-family home averages only $41,300? In fact, about 65% of residents own their own homes with no mortgage. Agriculture is an intrinsic part of the culture of Crawford. Crops include hay and wheat. Cattle are a common sight on the range. The Crawford Livestock Market, established in 1930, is one of the major employers in the area. Crawford may be rural, but it's never boring. Special events, such as the annual July 4th celebration, crowd the calendar of this Nebraska town. Following the parade, a barbecue in the city park is a big social event. In the evening, a rodeo ropes in a large crowd. This PRCA rodeo, which has been held annually since 1946, is a 3-day event in Crawford and draws crowds of over 10,000 people each year. A dazzling display of fireworks ends the evening with a bang. Later in July is the annual Peabody Hale Fiddle Contest. In addition to the contest, which features fiddlers from many surrounding states, you'll hear vocal contestants and see a quilt show, and can participate in sand volleyball, horseshoes, and arts and crafts. At the end of the summer is the annual Labor Day Rock Show. Rockhounds from all over the United States show their collections. They are drawn to this area because of the agates that are found around Crawford. In fact, visitors are invited to look for rocks, fossils, arrowheads, and other Indian artifacts. Just remember to get the landowner's permission first, and also know that this kind of collecting is prohibited on federal and state lands. If you're a treasure hunter, come to Crawford. Geocaching treasures are hidden in the historic Red Cloud Buttes and in the buttes that surround the community. Crawford has that small-town atmosphere, but it also offers easy access to Chadron, home of Chadron State College. Crawford is also a day's drive to Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks, and is only a few hours' drive from Wyoming